Welcome everyone to the Best of Markham Podcast, brought to you by me, Igor Klibanov from FitnessSolutionsPlus.ca, your personal trainers for chronic conditions. Here with me today is Dr. Hunaina Mirza from Simple Aesthetics. Hunaina, thank you so much for being here. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Thank you so much, Igor, for first of all having me. It's a pleasure. And as I just had told you earlier, this is my first time on the podcast, so apologies to your listeners and you in case I fumble.
No
So
problem, no problem.
I'm a physician. I'm practicing medicine for the last 2 decades, and I am a family physician in Toronto for the last 10 years. Prior to that, I was practicing. I was a surgical trainee in UK. And I've done my medicine from Pakistan and trained essentially internationally. And so I've been practicing medicine in Toronto for the last 10 years, and now I am slowly pivoting towards another sort of a branch of my medical career, which is medical aesthetics, launching a new clinic in Markham, and looking forward to this venture and excited about it.
Yeah. I mean, as if you don't have enough on your plate as a family physician, you've decided to also dip your toes into entrepreneurship. So, what made you decide to make that not either transition or addition?
It is more of an addition rather than transition. I love family practice. I love seeing patient. I love practicing medicine and
Okay.
the art of medicine. But this is more of a transition.
Okay.
And sorry, not transition,
Addition.
addition to
Yeah.
my current portfolio. And the reason for that is because uh, everybody knows how sort of aesthetics has been sort of, talk of the town for the last several years. People know more about it than before. It's been around for 20, 30 years, but in the last 5 to 10 years, this industry has grown exponentially and is expected to grow.
Mhm.
And so people have a sort of, superficial sort of idea, most of the people. But the reason I'm pivoting as a physician, and it's actually looked down upon by general population that, physicians are sort of pivoting or moving towards aesthetics. But the reason I'm doing is because I realize in my practice as a physician that there is a huge, huge need of these aesthetic treatments and regenerative medicine, and we can incorporate this aspect of um, knowledge or information into our medical practices because
Mhm.
medicine is should not be branched out. I mean, a skin, let's say, condition should be treated both medically, and there are a lot of aesthetic treatments and it should be incorporated both. And I saw that there was a lot of room for that,
Mhm.
a lot of need for that. And so I gradually then started learning about this industry. And then I realized that I think it should be integrated. And that's what, and based on my patient experiences, and that's what made me slowly turn towards aesthetics.
Gotcha. So it kind of came out naturally from a desire to enhance the outcomes of your patients.
Correct, and not just the outcome. It was I got very eye opening for me when I realized how small little aesthetic concern of a patient or a client, you whatever you may call it, has a huge impact on their mental health and physical health, and we never really realized until recently how it impacts so many aspects of their life, and
Yeah.
that was kind of like an eye opening for me as a physician.
Yeah.
Uh, Absolutely, it makes huge, enormous difference sometimes.
Absolutely. And so why start your own business? Why not just refer out your patients to a medical esthetician?
Because I realized that as a physician and as a clinician and we're trained as scientists, there's a whole sort of diversity of aesthetics that is available in Canada and especially in Ontario, Toronto. We have aesthetics technicians, we have got nurse injectors and RNs and physicians, but everybody has restrictions. Not everyone can do everything.
Right.
Physicians are the ones which can do everything, and I'm realizing that we are way behind compared to Europe and East.
Yeah.
And if we want to improvise a treatment or if we want to try something new on our patient, which is evidence-based and safe, but only we can do it as physicians because not
Mhm.
other professionals are allowed to do that or authorized to do
Gotcha.
that. And so it allows me to make new treatments and implement new strategies to make customized solutions for my patients' concerns. And
Gotcha.
so instead of me referring to, an aesthetics practice or for laser, I want to be able to do that myself and then to actually evolve and innovate from that.
Understood. So you just have a wider scope than every other practitioner who's not an MD.
I wouldn't entirely say that. I mean, expertise-wise, there are so many sort of, superior sort of, injectors and
Yeah.
aestheticians available. But in terms of the science part, I guess, and again, I could be sort of wrong, and I don't want to offend anyone, but from the science, I realize that the science and the basic knowledge behind it, which we learn a lot as in med schools, has a lot to do with the outcomes. And I realized that that's where the knowledge gap is in other professionals, and hence
Understood.
the outcomes are not as great where it can be. So it's much doable. And so yeah, knowledge gap definitely, and then the flexibility, and then we are allowed to do certain treatments that others cannot as practitioners.
Got it. Now, is Simple Aesthetics already up and running, or is it about to be up and running?
No, it's up and running actually.
Okay.
It's been actually up or alive since last 2.5 years.
Oh,
But I
okay, okay.
never really sort of had the time, because as a family practice and a female family physician, I've been incredibly busy, both in professional and personal life. So I had sort of started this up 2.5 years ago, but I never really got the time to do it until now.
Understood.
Um, and so, yes, I mean, a lot of time, energy, and training I had invested, and finally I was able to then, create. And another reason was because the barriers towards how to become an entrepreneur. Doing a medical practice is very different doing aesthetics practice, running a business,
Yeah.
expenses, operations. And so I had to
Understood.
learn all of those things on my own. And
Got it. Okay.
that sort of
And
delayed it to up to 2 years. And so now it's up and running.
got it. Understood. And what do you currently do for marketing? How do you get new clients?
To be honest, it's funny. For now, it's friends and families, word of mouth. I've just in the last month engaged a digital marketing company.
Hmm.
They are helping me with sort of advertising and social media and Google marketing and stuff, which I
Yeah.
had no idea how to sort of, manage.
Right.
So for now, local sort of advertising, social media is where I am trying to get my clients and friends and families and
Right.
rebuilding it up. Yeah.
Got it. And is social media working for you, or is it too early to tell? Or is it not?
I think Igor is too early to tell because my page is still coming. My website has been there for 2 years, but my page and the social media activity, I didn't have the time to engage. It's a lot of work,
Mhm.
and I'm not the young generation, so we need to learn all these things. So it's slowly coming along. I want to do it right rather than rush it. So it's coming along for now. So it's too early to tell what is going to work, but I'm trying different avenues.
Mhm.
I'm listening to the advice of the digital marketing, plus also giving them my vision.
Yeah.
Uh, so it's a combination of both. So it's too early to tell what's going
Gotcha.
to work.
Gotcha. Understood. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I've been in business for almost 16 years, and it's always interesting that there's so many strategies you try before one works. Like for me, there were 46 failures before there was one success. So part of the excitement of entrepreneurship, at least for me, is testing out new strategies and hoping that one will work, but expecting it not to. Whereas when I was just like brand new in business, I was hoping and expecting it to work. Now I hope it'll work, but I expect it not to work.
So you
Um,
need to keep your hopes low, essentially. That's yeah, and keep
yeah,
your options open, I guess.
yes, yes. Like I think I'm also a lot more cynical than I used to be. Now, what are you working on right now that's exciting to you?
So right now I am so I've got multiple treatments and so what I'm excited about is I'm trying to integrate medical clinical issues or medical issues, and I'm
Mhm.
trying to find treatments and solutions in the aesthetics side of things for them.
Mhm.
Um, and so what's exciting for me right now is I'm trying to integrate um, for example, women's health and men's health issues, and children and adolescents sort of skin like acne and common
Mhm.
these skin health issues, which are typically treated by physicians and GPs. But what I'm sort of trying to come up with is different type of treatment protocols or treatment strategies where I can integrate both to get the
Yeah,
best results. So it's kind of a new thing. And it's not new, it's just I'm trying to come up with my own sort of ways based on my personal experience and my patients. And to sort of, so that's what the new thing I'm working. And then my clinic, which is brand spanking new, there's so much new stuff to learn. So it's all, so much new stuff and it's exciting to
yeah, yeah.
learn. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely sounds exciting. Especially when a physician dips their toes into entrepreneurship, it's as if you don't have enough on your plate, you've just added more, but that there's opportunity there.
And
Um,
I'll be honest with you, doctors and physicians are not very well trained in their training in med school and other places how to be an entrepreneur or how to sell ourselves or how to
oh, of
market
course. Yeah, of course.
to
Yeah.
me
That's the
that
most cool.
yes, and I think I don't know if it's by design or is it because we never really, paid attention, but it is an integral part. I mean, you could be amazing, but if you don't know how to market yourself,
Yeah.
you are never going to be successful. So you need to get the word out there and how to do that. And physicians are not really great at it because we are mostly, especially in Canada, because we have got sort of, provincial health insurance. So
Yeah.
patients come to us. So we are not really used to going out there and selling ourselves because we already know we will have patients coming to us. So that's
Yeah.
a sort of a challenging and a new part, very sort of, eye-opening again for me as a physician that, the marketing and I have so much respect now for, these marketing and sales and what work they do. And, it's just not easy to build up a business or a brand. There's so much more to it. I mean,
Oh yeah,
than
no, 100%. I mean, my original training is in kinesiology. That's where my bachelor's is. In kinesiology, they teach fantastic anatomy, physiology, exercise physiology, biomechanics, statistics, all that stuff they teach very, very well. What they don't teach well at all is marketing. And I don't fault them for that. That's because most kinesiology grads become physiotherapists, chiropractors, naturopathic doctors, gym teachers, etc. They don't need marketing and sales. It's me who's not representative of most of my classmates who went into personal training and entrepreneurship. Um, so I understand why they don't train in marketing and sales, because like there's no need for it amongst most graduates. But you're a very unique graduate in the sense that you've gone and started your own business.
Yeah, I mean, I'm learning. I mean, it's a huge learning curve for me,
Oh yeah,
and I wish. And now, when I see my youngsters, my nephew and nieces, they're going to med schools or other. I tell them, listen, do a business class or do a course
yeah,
for in marketing. At least get the basics, so
absolutely.
how to sell yourself. You never know. I mean, when you're 20 or 25, you don't know how things will shape up in next 10, 15 years. So,
Yeah,
you know. Yeah, so it's a knowledge gap that I'm trying to slowly fill up.
yeah, yeah. A very, very important knowledge gap, especially depending on the field, especially in entrepreneurship. That actually brings me to the next question, and you kind of answered it a little bit, which is what obstacles have you encountered in your time as an entrepreneur so far? So I guess one of them is a big obstacle is marketing. Besides that, any other obstacles?
Uh, Essentially everything, Igor, other than the medical knowledge. Well, as a matter of fact, no, actually, not even that. Um, Even medically, getting knowledge and getting training as a physician is difficult because there's nothing accredited or nothing. Sort of, there's a lot of aesthetic schools, different technologies and teaching methods, but nothing is kind of standardized, or there are a lot of places. So as a physician, I was also facing a lot of challenges to figure out where to go for training because nothing is kind of streamlined or organized. And so that made me go sort of outside the country. And so getting my own training as a physician in this aesthetics field was a bit of a challenge. And then on top of it, the other sort of challenges and hurdles were not just the marketing, the sales part of it, the operations, how to even look for a location and sort of finding a space, what to buy, what not to buy, how much to invest, what is going to be the return of investment, what is the concept of, because for the first year they say 12 months of you cannot expect a profit. I did not know that. And then financial advice, whether to take the loan and how much. It's like there were so many challenges and new things to learn, which and I met great people, great advice from lots of friends and family. I essentially reached out to all the sort of entrepreneurs that amongst in my circle to kind of get advice from them. So all of that kind of helped, but tons of challenges, tons, and then
Yeah,
obviously the personal life and work balance as well.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I
As
was,
a mother, as a daughter, as a female physician, as a wife, as a friend. So keeping that balance because while doing family practice and then doing entrepreneurship and opening, a lot of work, a lot of time. So yeah,
yeah,
those were the challenges.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, it varies so much business to business about like when you can expect to be profitable. For example, if you're purely a service, you have no overhead, no location, you can expect to be profitable in day one. Whereas if you're a restaurant, you can expect 5 years of making no profit just before you're a little bit profitable. And then I guess in your case, you're kind of in between. You're not waiting 5 years to be profitable, but you're not profitable in your first year. But you're 2.5 years in. Hopefully, it's paying off, and the marketing will have a good return on investment for you.
I really hope so. I really hope
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Now you've got very little free time, but in the very little limited free time that you have, what do you do? How do you spend your free time?
Okay, so how do I? So I love animals. So I've got two cats, and I spend a lot of time when I'm home with them. So two of my cats, and then I've got two kids. And whatever little time I get, I try to spend with my children and my family. And my biggest passion is I love adrenaline. I am chasing sort of adventures. So I ride motorcycle.
Oh,
I
wow.
have two motorcycles. One of them is a sports, and the other one is kind of a lighter one. So I am desperately missing summer, and because that's my therapy, that's my relaxed time, that's where my thinking is, and it is just the most sort of enriching experience. So I do that. I used to be very physically active, playing sports and stuff, but then in the last couple of years, I've kind of slowed down. But I'm trying to get back on that too. Love traveling, but don't have time.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
maybe one day when kids are a bit older, things get settled down. I'll probably do that too.
Where do you like to
But-
travel?
So I would like to sort of I've traveled quite a few places, but then I would like to explore east side of the sort of the globe,
Yeah,
and also to be able to go for my bucket list is to explore snorkeling sites at the top seven in the world. I
yeah.
don't know if I to do that, or maybe go to Himalayas and ride motorcycle all the way in northern Pakistan areas. That's also on my wish list. So, and then maybe South Africa.
Oh yeah, beautiful, beautiful sights. I did snorkeling once on my honeymoon in Hawaii, in Maui. It
Wow.
was majestic.
Oh,
I
wait.
can't say I'm a professional. I've done it once in my life, but I would absolutely do it again. My wife and I are actually going on vacation to Costa Rica in about 3 weeks, and we already have a snorkeling trip planned. So
Yes,
lots of
I mean,
fun.
absolutely. The beauty that is under the water is so much more, several times more than what we see above water, and people don't know it.
Oh yeah,
Um, so I mean, yes, I'm a huge sort of fan of that. That like, if I could explore under the water,
oh yeah,
uh, so,
absolutely.
yeah,
And
yeah.
what sports have you done in the past?
Pardon?
You mentioned you did a couple of sports in the past. Which ones?
So, I mean, I love playing badminton. So, I mean, I have a badminton court in my backyard, like a makeshift one.
Yeah,
I've played baseball in school and love swimming, but I think it's just not no time available. So now I think in the last couple of years, I'm more focused on my riding,
yeah,
on my bike. I took up flying. My goal was, four wheels, then two wheels, then no wheels, and then air.
yeah.
So last couple of years, I've taken care of those two wheels. I tried flying too many hours, couldn't really do it, not enough time. So the next goal will be boating. So get covered with that, and then let's see.
All we need is 35 hours in a day.
That's all. Probably, yeah, yeah, and no
Right?
sleep.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. No sleep necessary.
Yes,
And
yes.
since this is, after all, a Best of Markham podcast, what's your favorite business in Markham besides your own?
Oh, oh, that's such a difficult question. And I was actually, when I saw I had to answer that, I could not think because there are so many of them.
Yeah.
Uh, but I think I will choose the Ruth Chris Steakhouse. A
Oh, Ruth,
couple of
Ruth
reasons.
Chris Steakhouse. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. It's because first of all, my kids love steak, and so every time someone's birthday, we always go there. And the consistency in their service
Yeah,
is yeah. I mean, I've been going there for like last 10 years, so it's been very consistent, both quality and service.
beautiful.
And that speaks volumes, and how to sort of not to just reach a standard, but to maintain. So I would give Ruth Chris the first name in the
Yeah,
market.
yeah. I was always so confused by that name because I used to read it as Ruth and Chris's Steakhouse. I thought it was a husband-wife team. Then I read it a little closer. It said Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
All right.
And I thought, what is a Chris steak or what is a Chris steak?
Exactly.
Such
That's
a confusing name.
exactly what I thought. And one day when we looked at we all were like, roots, Chris, what does that mean? Like it just, yeah, you're right. Absolutely. I went through that same process, me and my husband. We were trying to figure out what this name is all about. Still don't know
Okay.
who's Roots Chris, but yeah, that's what
You're
it
the
is.
first person to recommend it, so now I have to check it out.
Oh yes, definitely. They've got. I mean, and the other thing is, I mean, they offer they accommodate food sort of requirements, halal, non-halal. I mean, sometimes. So that's actually also it's really good quality steak, and they accommodate your food choices as well
Awesome.
and
Well, thank you
restrictions.
for the shout out to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. And
No problem.
last question is, how can our viewers and listeners get in touch with you?
Oh, sure. So the best way to reach is by a website, which is simpleaesthetics.ca. And otherwise, I mean, they can reach out to me on the phone, which is 647-766-7507. And also the website has all the information on new treatments that are available. I do some treatments that can be OHIP covered, which is also a good thing because I want patients to feel better and get treated without having to worry about the cost. So whatever I can accommodate and applicable, I will be able to do that. So best way to reach is through my website, simpleaesthetics.ca.
Perfect. And just for people watching, do you spell aesthetics AE or E?
So it's www.simple and then aesthetics with
Perfect.
AEsthetics.ca.
So British English people. Okay. Uh,
That's my British because I was trained in UK and then yeah.
yes, yes. I spell aesthetics the same way, AE.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Hunaina, thank you so much. I really appreciate this.
Thank you so much, Igor, for having me, and thank you for your listeners and viewers. And come and yeah, if you actually did mention your name, I will accommodate them even more.
Fantastic. So
Yeah,
you heard it here first. Thank you so much.
no problem. You take care.
You too.